Hello everyone, my name is PlasmaMuffin and welcome back to Magicmaker. This is episode 2 in my Magicmaker series, which I've just started. And so in this episode we're going to actually get into more of the main game, because first episode was more of a tutorial / introduction video, and so this one's going to be about the main game. Stella Cinders, Fire Sorcerers. I've got a burning passion for fire puns. Ask me about them sometime. Ha 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 ha. Speaking of puns, this game loves puns and references. For example, here we have Terry Porter. Don't tell anyone, but I'm secretly the real main character of the story. Prodigy, yeah, I'm not sure about that. Archaeologist. You can collect artifacts by finding 4 gems when exploring, but how and why? So, there's several different places we can go. They're shown by little orange exclamation points, yellow orangish exclamation points on the map, and so there's 4 of them that we can go to. There's 5 rather. So there's the forest, which we've already been to, the caverns, the castle, or dungeon, as I call it, the... which one is that? Oh, the desert, right. And the, temple. So, I'm going to go to the forest again, because each zone has 3 or 4 levels. I forget exactly which. Oh, and then there's some bonus levels, of course. I forgot about that. Artist. Trees in the greater doorwall area are magic. Guard. Their leaves do not decompose or decay. This leaves the trees looking pristine year-round. But the leaves from last autumn clumped together in giant piles, leaving unsightly orange clumps all over the woods. It looks so gaudy. The forest would be much nicer if you were to remove all the leaf piles. There's also the free play where you can just goof around. Go goof off in the forest. I promise it won't affect your paycheck. Spoilers, it affects your paycheck. So, I think I'm good for spells and stuff here. So you can replay any level that you want to. It's going to be randomized each time. So, no matter which one you choose, it's always going to be a random... So it's going to be a random level. Man, that's effective. And one of the reasons you might want to do that, other than just for fun, is to get more materials. This is a grade D Essence of Pink. Now that is not actually a spell material. What it is it's a crafting material that you can use to make more spell materials. So that's pretty cool. You can do that with alchemy, and you can make all sorts of cool... Ouch! Okay, as you can see, the magic shield I got, it didn't protect me from that. This is a golem. They throw giant rocks at you, but they're not really all that tough. This game is actually very easy, honestly. Like, I rarely ever, like, actually die or anything like that. Just because there's so many spell materials and spell opportunities and things that you can make that it's really difficult to actually get things that are strong enough to kill you, really. Oh yeah, so the beehives, if you knock them down, they will actually fall to the ground, and then the bees will come chasing after you in a big cloud of death and pain. So you want to be careful about that. I'm actually not doing very great on health right now. That's a new one. Okay, so these are goblin sorcerers. They will actually cast randomized spells at you. So every time you encounter a goblin sorcerer, then chances are you're going to get a completely different spell. Let's grab this to heal up. That's nice. So after this level, I'm going to discuss some of the different materials and things that you can get. That's the main fun of this game, is just crafting all sorts of different types of spells and robes and seeing what kind of cool stuff. See what cool stuff you can make, like with this optic lens. Hello, That is a goblin thief. These are bees. We want to stay away from them. Because the shield is not going to protect me from them. But yeah, if you set something on fire, anything it walks near, it's going to get set on fire as well. So goblin thieves will steal the gems, and you have to kill them to get the gems back. It's really not that hard, but it happens. This music, by the way, is called Daydream. Just the name of the song. The music in this game is fantastic. I believe I mentioned that before, but just in case, yeah, it's pretty great. You should definitely buy the soundtrack if you can. Beehives don't actually hurt you until they hit the ground, burst open, and spawn bees at you. Come on. My goodness, that was weirdly difficult. So yeah, we have all the leaves to clear up, which we just finished. And occasionally you'll get enemies spawning in strange places like that. Getting stuck. You'll notice that this game looks kind of like paper, like it's made out of paper. They're not very smart, if you couldn't tell. Let's see, still a fair bit of the level I have not explored yet. I love scaring away all the butterflies. I was gonna say bees, but actually it's bees that are scaring me away most of the time. And I set the beehive on fire. That is a great way to not get antagonized by bees, as I'm sure you'll know if you've ever tried it in real life. Almost done here. Just need to get through all these. Oh right, I have socks. That's not a phrase you're gonna hear every day. But yes, I do have socks. Yeah, if you hold down the spacebar and the down key, you'll fall through all platforms that you come through. So it's a great way to drop like 50 feet in one go. It's pretty fun. Woo! I just get squished for a second there. That's hilarious. Did miss a gem over here. Heck is that? Oh, it's a leaf. Weirdly colored leaf. Could have got this at the very beginning if I was intelligent, but so yeah, I mentioned this in the last episode, but just to reiterate, your normal spell, the left click, it takes no mana, but it is much weaker than your spells, which are 10 times as powerful. So this does 100 damage, this does 10 damage. So that's a something to keep in mind. A lot of people like to make their first spell, their wand ability, they like to make that something simple and like something that doesn't do damage but just has a utility ability. That rhymes. Alright. Here we have another boss. Smelly plant thing. Ambush Windmaid. The bosses are actually randomly generated as well, so they're gonna have a slightly different setup each time. This guy has a few vines. He's gonna blow air at us, and he also has this fly trap which spits bugs at us. So that's cool. Oh hey, I killed it. Nice. If your feet are on the ground, then he can't push you very far, but if your feet are not on the ground, then he can push you very far. doing power hits because I've killed all of his vines. Alright, I've got all the objectives. I have gotten all 4 gems. I'm ready to go. Secret path. The monster is guarding a secret path containing fantastic treasures. Grade F Quicksilver gear, Grade D optic lens, Grade F optic lens, Grade F Harpy feather, Grade F Evercold ice, and another artifact. So we have Periwinkle's fairy companion. Collects loot for you. Also gives advice. Terrible advice, but advice nonetheless. The advice is more or less an opinion, really. Spellblade of the Legion. Deals damage to all enemies on screen. Damages 3 times the number of enemies defeated. Resets on use. Functions poorly as a sword and spectacularly as a weapon. Staff of the Maple Leaf. You gain 1 maximum mana per enemy slain. Resets upon entering a new level. Changes with the seasoned. I'm gonna go with the Spellblade of the Legion because that's my favorite artifact in the game. It had a slightly different effect in the demo, actually. We'll elaborate on that in a second. Mission complete. Marvelous, now I can complete my landscape painting. Truth be told, I was out of orange paint. So basically, just went in and cleaned up the woods solely so he could paint a picture. But, I mean, that's cool too. Got 3 new materials, and they're very cool materials. Get it cool, because one of them's ice. Alrighty, so. Now, as I mentioned before, you can just go to one of these terminals and access everything about your character. So I generally prefer to do this one because it's right next to the painter. So when I change my spells, I can quickly customize what they look like. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. First off, I'm going to change off my artifact. Pick new. Let's go with the Spellblade of the Legion. So, holding Q for 1 second will deal damage to all enemies on the screen. So the damage is 3 times the number of enemies defeated. In the demo, it was deal more damage for every enemy on the screen, and I kind of like that better, honestly, but, I mean, this is cool too. Let's go back. Alright! Alchemy. Split. It'd be funny if there's a little split sound effect. I bet an ancient evil is going to awaken any day now. Good thing I just so happened to be here. Alchemist. Through alchemy you can create some new materials. I can help you with the process. Let's do that, but first, we must knock the books off the shelves. Why? Because it is part of the wizard's code. One does not simply have a bookshelf containing books and not knock them all off. So, alchemy! Exclamation point. So we have a bunch of different essences in here. We have 9. There's this red stuff, the orange stuff, yellow, and all these other colors. Then there's some stones, which have a couple more colors. These are the material grades. F will create the lowest quality stuff, D the slightly higher quality, and so on. Same for here. So we don't have very many, but I can show you the basics here. So if we combine this, I forgot what it is. It's a green thing with this fire. We get a new material. Seashell. On spells or wands, it splits into multiple projectiles after some time. The robe effect is, when taking damage, you explode, dealing damage to nearby enemies. If we combine this red thing with this pink thing, we get a quiver. On spells or wands, uses ammunition instead of mana. Ammo can be retrieved after it's used. The robe effect creates a shield that negates all damage. Shield only recharges on starting a new level. I'm not a huge fan of the quiver, but you can use it if you want to, obviously. Ooh, Chaos Butterfly, that's good. Randomly changes direction, increasing spell power each time. On robes, it randomly boosts damage, defenses, or movement speeds. This is great for spells, and I'll show you why in a little bit. On spells or wands, it can pass through walls for a limited time. Oh yeah, we already did that. Trick Bullet, you've seen that. So yeah, you can only select the stuff that you already have. I'm going to go ahead and create the Chaos Butterfly. Which one was that? Here we go. Boom. It's grade D, lowest grade there is, but that's okay. Have you found some essences, stones perhaps? Let's make some materials. push the books all over the place. Want to know how I got this scar? I drew it with marker. Pretty cool, huh? I can't see that being a reference to anything at all. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create some more spells. So let's see. For my wand, I want to... What do I want to get? Let's just wipe out absolutely everything and start from scratch. That'll be fun. Alright, we got the Chaos Butterfly. I forgot about that. I literally just made it and I forgot about that. What's wrong with me? Predictably chaotic, it flutters about in an erratic path known only by fate. Bouncy Ball. This curious object bounces unusually high when dropped, commonly marketed as a novelty. It's literally just a super ball. Something cool about this is that, you see this? The banana and the leaf? That's a, it actually shows you what you need to make that. So you need the banana thing and the leaf thing. I don't remember the exact terms for them. But, yeah, it's probably like S's of yellow and leaf, grass, green, stone, something like that. But, yeah, so it tells you what you can make with that, or how to make that, rather. Ever-cold ice. It is so cold, frost accumulates instantly wherever it is placed. A component of the world's finest pillows. On spells, it slows enemy movements and attacks on hit, and on robes, it creates a damage-absorbing shield. Shield regenerates if no damage was taken for some time. So it's kind of like the Guardian Heart or portable shield generator from Risk of Rain 2. Oh yeah, while crouching, you bounce off surfaces. That's what Bouncy Ball does on robes. You know what this does. So, I think, so this is for my yes, the optic lens, a device used for focusing light. Despite its monocle-like appearance, do not place in front of eyes. On spells or wands, it fires a laser instead of a projectile. On robes, it casts a beam of light in the direction you are facing. The laser is one of the most unique effects you can give to spells. So, do I want to use that on this one, or do I want to use it on the other one? I think I'm going to use it on this one. So this just changed the material grade. The only thing it affects is the length, so there's really no reason to use higher ones unless you just want to look different. I'm going to go ahead and use the lower one. Quicksilver gear. On lasers, it will actually increase the laser length. Normally increases projectile speed, but increases the laser length for that. And what else should we do? Enemies hit are knocked back. They take damage if knocked into terrain. On robes, it reduces fall speed. This effect can be disabled by crouching. Harpy Feather. This feather creates unusually strong gusts of wind. Do not insert into nose. Illusion Dust. Magical dust that splits apart any object it comes in contact with. Clog Drain? No more. Shoots multiple projectiles that reduce spell power, and on robes, every few spellcaster spell will be cast twice. I know I'm kind of rambling here, just randomly listing all the different things, but they're cool and they're funny. So, we have a laser. It's a long laser. Let's make a long, exploding laser. The upgrade button, swap all materials in this item with their highest available grade. That'll only affect the laser. We don't need to worry about that. So for this one, I'm going to go with the lightning rod. I'm also going to go with the... What's this do? Increases move speed. Oh, right, duh, I'm not doing robes. Why am I thinking about robes? I don't even know. So I've got that. What else do I want? Let's go with the Chaos Butterfly. Now, you can actually reuse materials, so I only have one Chaos Butterfly. If I hit X here, it doesn't destroy it. I can just pick it up and use it again. So you're going to constantly accumulate more and more materials. Eventually, you'll have like 5 billion grade F materials, so that's fun. And the last thing is Illusion Dust. Why not? Extra shots. Oh, right. Actually, I'm going to use the Crystal Ball. The evil spirits trapped in this crystal can find any object except for a friend. Will you be that friend? So, on spells and wands, it homes in on the nearest enemy. Since the Chaos Butterfly randomly changes direction, increasing spell power each time, the homing is very good when combined with that. So now for the robes, I always like to have the lightning rod, just because it's very convenient to not have to worry about projectiles most of the time. What else do I want? Let's see here. Alright, Evercold Ice creates a damage-absorbing shield. Shield strength is only 5 right here, but hey, it's something. Bounce off surfaces while crouching. Leaves a burning trail on the ground you walk on. Explosive powder. A dangerous powder that is prone to exploding. Tastes sweet. Makes for excellent pranks. How did they figure out that it tastes sweet? Who tried that? Who's like, hey, you know that powder we have that explodes? Well, let's try eating it. I can't see any downsides to that. It seems like a great idea. But on robes, it makes you, if killed, you explode after a delay. And if the explosion kills an enemy, you are revived. So I'm going to be doing that. So that's my loadout. So let's try it out. As you can see here, we have a very weird looking laser. It's because of the Quicksilver gear on it. The spell actually looks pretty cool. Alright. Let's change what they look like. So I mentioned how to do this in the last episode. I'm just going to quickly go through it again. Goodness snakes, that's going to lag up the game quite a bit. So I do have the explosion, or the fire. What do you call it? It blows up. So I have the thing that makes it blow up, and so anything I point this laser at will explode, and it's going to constantly explode. So that can be difficult for the graphics to work with, but I mean, still cool. Not very many extra effects you can get on this, so I'm just going to go with the classic laser. It's going to lag up the game like crazy. Well, maybe I won't do that. This one seems a little less laggy. This one is way less laggy, and actually looks kind of cool, but it doesn't really look like an explosion. Yeah, we'll maybe do it. I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. So now with the Chaos Butterfly, this is what it looks like by default. Just one Chaos Butterfly. This is fire, or the lightning has this little lightning ball, and the crystal ball does that. So I'm going to go ahead and go with that and that. Actually, let's just get rid of that. What does that do if I have it? Okay. So yeah, we'll just go with that. That should be good. Alright, I think we're ready to do another level. You can actually name and save your spells, so if you get a cool one that you want to use later, you can do that. Let's talk to Tipsy, the advice-giving drunk. Spells do a lot more damage than wands. What's that? Advice, huh? By advice, you should, hold on, I need a drink. So this guy gives you tips and stuff. Not always helpful, but they are there. Let's go back to the forest. Alright. Treasure hunt. Masters. Open all chests and eliminate the giant plant monster. Artist. Go in the forest and find all the treasure chests. You can keep any loot you find, just please get rid of them and their tacky orange casing. Dude, just get some orange paint, alright? Like, come on, man. Try making a new spell. Yes, you. You never know what you might create. Good thing I read fast, because that loads pretty fast, too. Dragonflower Bog. And as you can see, it's raining. That's fun. So as you can see, this doesn't do all that much damage, but it's free, so. So the homing effect is going to be great for killing things, even with the, holy cow, it takes me forever just to kill a leaf pile. The homing is going to work great for killing things despite the terrible aim of the spell. I'm also beginning to reevaluate my life choices here, as neither of these spells seem to be particularly effective. So yeah, the laser does constant damage over time. And when you don't have it as the spell, then it's not as effective, you could say. So it's going to be a little funky because my spells are not fantastic right now, but oh well. Oh yeah, the lightning can strike enemies through blocks, so that's helpful. I believe this song is called Forehead Raindrops. I've just about memorized all the songs in the soundtrack just because it's so great and I listen to it all the time. It's awesome. Let's go ahead and kill these bros and broettes. As you can see, you gotta wait for the mana to recharge if you don't have any. So this is a sort of like Stonehenge. It's a bunch of rocks that will create a bomb if you put them all together. I don't know why that's there, but it is if you want to play with explosives. Let's get away from the bees. There are actually little challenges you can do with each level. There's a bunch of different challenges that make the game a little harder. Now, remember how I said the game was pretty easy before? Well, if you do those challenges, it's very hard. Like, even just using one challenge, it can be really difficult. Using all of them is almost impossible in some cases. Requires very, very good loadout. Gonna gear him to death. Yay! Oh yeah, by the way, you can see that my sword is glowing now. And what that does is, basically, it shows how much damage it's going to do. The more it glows, the more damage. Current damage is 78. So I've killed whatever 78 divided by 3 is. Of monsters. But yeah, there is wind too in this level, so that's cool. Get rid of the leaves, because I'm a nice guy and helping out the painter and all that. So yeah, so every time this projectile changes direction, the spell power is increased, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's not that easy to hit things with it. I'm kind of regretting my choice there, but later on when you get a bunch of different materials that you can combine with it, then it is basically the most powerful material in the game. So now I have to eliminate the giant plant monster. I can use this opportunity to show my sword. Deadly plant thing. Ambush windbane. Why is another one with a hurricane heart? Sometimes they look a little different, but this is like the third one in a row I've gotten. This guy's a solar laser for some reason. I don't know why a plant has lasers. Ow, ow, ow. He's lasing. That is bad. Alright, you have to hold still to use your artifacts. Let's do that. As you can see, little clones of me come out and slash every enemy on the sword with my screen. Yes, every enemy on the screen with my sword. So yeah, my mana is not generating very fast. Let's dodge that. Solar laser. Yo dog, I heard you like lasers, so ween. Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff you can do with the magic in this game. This game really needs more attention. Like, there's like 5 YouTube videos about this game, and that's like it. So, yeah. Ouch. Okay, I'm not actually doing all that great on health here. I'd prefer to not die. That would be ideal. But, we'll see what happens. If we just get rid of the dang laser, that'd help a fair bit. Oh, sweet, I did. Ask and ye shall receive. Especially if you're a wizard. What the? This isn't dealing damage. Oh, because it's hitting the... being blocked by the other thing. Dang it. Alright, well, I'm getting low on health, so, I may have an opportunity to show you what happens if I die here. I said may. I didn't mean I definitely want that. I have 1 health point left. That's just wonderful. Kill an enemy with the last explosion. Fortunately, I succeeded. I managed to kill one of his vines. So I've been revived with less than maximum health. That's pretty great. Spells usually cast about 10 mana per shot. Oh dear. Okay, good. He's not gonna kill me. Yeah, this isn't really doing much damage even with the power hits. But, it's doing something. So I can use that to whittle him down while I wait for my other spell to recharge. Yeah, this was not a very good loadout. Really, until you get a lot of the better materials, it's difficult to get good spell loadouts. Hey, he's dead, finally. Maybe next level I'll be able to actually show you a different plant monster. Why am I getting sucked in? Oh, that's wind. Right, I got all the everything. Excellent. What's that? Oh, that's just a smudge on my computer screen. I thought that was something on the map. I should probably clean off my computer screen. Keeps making me think there's stuff when there is no stuff. Grade D rune. Excellent. Ooh, ectoplasm. That's good. And let's go ahead and get the fairy. Doesn't really matter what... Like, once you get the sword, in my opinion, there's really no point getting any of the other artifacts. I mean, they're good, but they're not great. Sword's my favorite, anyway. Mission complete. Artist, did you find some good loot? Great, then I don't need to give you money or anything. Oh, vampire tooth! Hello, I must have gone then, didn't notice. Recovers health on kill with direct damage or boosts all healing effect. That's awesome. Ectoplasm restores mana on kill with direct damage, but it increases mana cost. The robe effect increases maximum mana, and runes. Enemies hit drop mana restoring crystals on death. This effect stacks per hit. Robe effect. When you cast a spell, mana costs are reduced for a time, so that's pretty cool. So, how long have I been recording? Oh my goodness, 32 minutes? Okay, well, I think that's plenty of time for this episode. I've been recording for far longer than I intended to. I got caught up in things. It'd be nice that you could see a little timer on screen as you're recording to see how long it's been recording. So, that is it for episode 2 of Magicmaker. I'm going to be continuing this series. Don't worry, I will finish Hyperlight Drifter and Hollow Knight Randomness. I mean, Hollow Knight Randomness isn't really a thing I necessarily will finish. It's just something that I'm going to be doing. So, yeah. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Again, you can buy this game. I'm going to put the link in the description. It's awesome. You should totally get it. There's also a demo that you can also get. I would recommend getting that first to see how well it runs on your computer and all that stuff. And get the soundtrack too, because it's great. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye. Oh no, not again. Come on. Come on, I just want to close the turn off the recording. Yeah, boy. Come on. Oh my goodness. Okay, well. Hello?